I am Andrew Graves. I have spent years working in Canadian tax and personal finance. Tomorrow, on July 29th, Old Age Security lands in your account, and the headline is good news. Payments went up 1.2% for this quarter. If you are between 65 and 74, that is $8.92 more a month. If you are 75 or over, $9.81. Now look at the other line on that deposit, because if you receive the guaranteed income supplement, July is not a raise, July is a recalculation. Service Canada rebuilt your supplement from the ground up this month using a number you handed them back in the spring, and the most that recalculation can take is $1,123.17 a month. That is $13,478 a year. Same deposit, $9 more on one line, up to $1,100 less on the other. There is one figure on tomorrow's payment that tells you whether your supplement survived that recalculation, and most people never look at it because the total still looks close enough to normal. There is also one form with a 4-digit number that can reverse this before the next payment on August 27th. I will give you that number before the end. And there is a reason none of this required a letter, a phone call, or a single question put to you. You already told them, in April, 3 things in the next few minutes. First, exactly what happened to your supplement on July 1st and why you are only seeing it now on the 29th. Second, the 3 kinds of income that cut people's supplement this year when those people did nothing wrong and broke no rule at all. Third, how to reverse it. The form number, the phone number, and the sentence to say when somebody answers. Let me show you the numbers. Start with what Old Age Security actually did this quarter, because the increase is real, and I am not going to pretend otherwise. Old Age Security is reviewed 4 times a year, in January, April, July, and October, and it moves with the Consumer Price Index. For the July to September quarter of 2026, benefits went up 1.2%. Over the full year, from July of 2025 to July of 2026, the increase is 2.3%. In dollars, the maximum old age security pension for someone aged 65 to 74 is now $751.97 a month. For someone 75 or over, it is $827.17. That age 75 rate carries the permanent 10% increase that came in back in 2022, so the pension went up roughly $9. Here is what almost nobody tells you in the same breath. The guaranteed income supplement does not follow that rule. The supplement is not indexed to your benefit. It is calculated against your income, and Service Canada does that calculation once a year, every July, using your net income from the previous calendar year. I want to be precise about this because it is the whole video. The government's own wording is that your supplement will be recalculated each July based on your net income in the previous calendar year, and that payments can increase, decrease, or even stop depending on how your income changed. Increase, decrease, or stop. Those are the 3 outcomes in the government's own language, and one of them ends the payment entirely. The recalculation took effect on July 1st, but you do not feel a recalculation, you feel a deposit, and the first deposit that carries the new number is tomorrow, July 29th. That gap is why this catches people. The decision was made 4 weeks ago. The consequence arrives tomorrow morning. Now, the number that decides it. If you are single, widowed, or divorced, the maximum supplement is $1,123.17 a month, and it is only paid while your annual income sits below $22,800. Cross that line, and the supplement is not reduced, it is gone. If you have a spouse or common law partner who receives the full old age security pension, your maximum is $676.09, and the combined income ceiling for the two of you is $30,096. If your spouse receives the allowance, the same $676.09, with a combined ceiling of $42,144. And if your spouse receives neither the pension nor the allowance, you are back to the full $1,123.17, with a combined ceiling of $54,624. Those ceilings are not warnings, they are cliffs. Before I go further, one thing worth knowing if you are watching this and the numbers already look wrong on your own statement. On this channel, there is a membership tier called CRA Insider, $4.49 a month, where I post the figure changes as they land each quarter rather than once a year. The link sits under this video. It is there if you want it, and the video does not require it. Now, let me answer the question that is probably sitting in your chest right now, which is how Service Canada knew. Nobody called you, no assessor visited. You were never asked to report anything. Here is the mechanism. Your supplement is recalculated from your net income for the previous calendar year, and the government does not need to ask you for that figure because you already filed it. When you filed your 2025 return this spring, you did not just settle your taxes. You supplied the input for a benefit calculation that would not run until July. And you did not assemble that figure yourself either. Your bank sent a T5 slip for interest. Your pension administrator sent a T4A. Your investment company reported your dividends. Every one of those slips went to the Canada Revenue Agency at the same time it went to you. Your return simply confirmed what they already held. This is the part I want you to sit with because it changes how you read every letter you get from now on. There is no moment in this process where a human being weighs your situation. Your income is assembled from slips. Your return confirms it. The figure crosses to Service Canada, and the supplement is recalculated. It is arithmetic performed on data you never personally handed over, which is why the Guaranteed Income Supplement page on the government's own website carries a plain instruction near the top. File your taxes to continue receiving your supplement payments, not to claim it, to continue it. Miss the filing, and the recalculation has nothing to work with. I walk through this whole system, how the slips feed the file, and what you can actually do about it, step by step in my book, the CRA Survival Manual. It has the response letters written out and the full list of the traps that run on this kind of automatic data. The link is in the description. Let me put a face on this because the mechanism is abstract until it happens to somebody. Margaret is 71 and she lives in Kelowna. Her income is her old age security pension, a small Canada pension plan check, and the supplement. In 2024, she was under every ceiling and she received the supplement in full. In 2025, interest rates were still high, and the $86,000 she had sitting in a savings account and a one-year certificate earned her more than it had in years. She did nothing clever. She did not sell anything, and she did not withdraw anything. The bank issued a T5. She reported it because she is honest, and her net income for 2025 came in above $22,800. On July 1st, her supplement was recalculated. Tomorrow, her deposit arrives without it. Margaret did not break a rule. She earned interest in a savings account. That is the entire offense. Linda is 68, in Sudbury. Her 2025 was the year she finally converted part of her registered retirement savings plan and took a withdrawal to replace the roof. It was, on any sensible reading, a good decision, and the money is gone into shingles. But a registered withdrawal is income in the year you take it, and it landed on her 2025 return. Her supplement was recalculated in July against a year in which she looked, on paper, considerably better off than she is now, in a house whose roof she has already paid for. Patricia is 74 in Moncton, and her case is the one that makes people angry. Her husband died in 2025. The estate settled, some of it was taxable in her hands, and her income for that 1 year was higher than any year before or since. Her supplement was recalculated from the worst year of her life and reduced accordingly. 3 women, 3 different reasons, and not one of them did a single thing wrong. So let me name the pattern because this is the part you can actually use. There are 3 kinds of income that cut people supplement this July, and they share one property. They are all one-time or temporary, and the recalculation cannot tell the difference. Number 1, interest and investment income, a guaranteed investment certificate maturing, a high interest savings account, dividends. This one caught more people this year than any other because rates were high through 2024 and 2025, and money that used to earn almost nothing suddenly earned enough to matter. And on a compounding certificate, you can be taxed on interest you have not yet been paid, which means income appears on your return in a year you never saw the cash. Number 2, registered withdrawals. A registered retirement savings plan withdrawal, a registered retirement income fund payment above the minimum, a lump sum to cover a repair or a medical cost or a family emergency. The withdrawal is income in the year you take it. The supplement is calculated on income. Take $12,000 out in 2025 to fix a furnace, and you have raised your 2025 income by $12,000, whatever you spent it on. Number 3, one-time and estate events. A death in the family, an estate settlement, the sale of a second property, a severance payment, a lump sum from a pension that wound up. One extraordinary year, and the recalculation treats it as your ordinary income. Notice what all 3 have in common. Every one of them is a year that has already ended. You cannot go back into 2025 and rearrange it. The recalculation is looking at a photograph of a year you have already lived. And that is precisely why the remedy exists, and why the government does not advertise it. Here is the thing almost nobody knows. The recalculation defaults to last year's income. It does not have to end there. If your income has since dropped because you retired or because a pension was reduced or ended, Service Canada can set your supplement using an estimate of your current income instead of your previous year's income. You do not have to live for 12 months on a calculation built from a year that no longer describes you. The form is ISP 3041. It is called the Statement of Estimated Income After Retirement or Reduction in Pension Income, and it sits in the Service Canada Forms Catalog under Income Security Programs. Read the title of that form again because it tells you exactly who it is for and exactly who it is not for. It covers retirement and a reduction in pension income. That is the door. If you stopped working during or after 2025, or a pension was cut or came to an end, you are the person that form was written for. It will not cover every case on this list. A one-time investment gain, on its own, is not a reduction in pension income, and I am not going to tell you it is. But an enormous number of people who lost the supplement this July did stop working or did lose a pension in the same stretch and never learned there was a form. If you are past the point where a form helps, and what you actually need is the money side handled properly, that is what the second tier on this channel is for. The CRA Defense Playbook, $11.99 a month, is 10 written guides, and one of them is the benefits file specifically, how the supplement is rebuilt each July, how to sequence registered withdrawals so they do not detonate the following year's calculation, and the estimated income route written out with the wording. Join is at the top of this page and on the end screen. One related point, since so much of this comes back to where retirement money is held. If you manage your own registered retirement savings plan or tax-free savings account, Questrade is one of the lower-cost, self-directed platforms in Canada, and it is worth a look if you want lower fees and more control over your own registered accounts. New clients can get a welcome bonus when they open and fund an account. That is an affiliate link in the description. Opening an account through it supports the channel at no extra cost to you. Now, here is exactly what to do, and I want you to do the first part tomorrow morning. Step 1. Look at the July 29th deposit and separate the two amounts. The old age security pension and the supplement are paid together, but they are calculated separately, and only one of them was recalculated this month. If the total is lower than June, even though the pension went up, the supplement is where it went. Step 2. Sign into my Service Canada account or check the letter that would have been mailed to you and find the supplement figure Service Canada is now using and the income figure they based it on. Confirm that income figure matches your 2025 return. If it does not match, that is an error, and errors get corrected. Step 3. If your income has dropped since 2025 because you retired or a pension was reduced or ended, request Form ISP 3041, the Statement of Estimated Income After Retirement or Reduction in Pension Income. Step 4. Call Service Canada at 1-800-277-9914. When somebody answers, say this: my guaranteed income supplement was recalculated in July using my 2025 income. My income has since dropped because I retired or because my pension was reduced. I want to file a statement of estimated income for the current year. That sentence names the benefit, names the reason, and names the form. It is the difference between a 5-minute call and being told to write a letter. Step 5. If you had a one-time event in 2025, an estate, a property sale, a single large withdrawal, understand that next July the calculation runs again on your 2026 income. If 2026 is a normal year for you, the supplement can come back. Payments can increase as well as decrease. Nobody tells people that part either. The next payment after tomorrow is August 27th. That is your window. I want to leave you with the thing I actually think matters here. The system did not single you out. That is the hard part to accept because being singled out at least implies somebody looked, nobody looked. Your slips were filed, your return confirmed them, a figure moved between two departments, and a calculation ran on the 1st of July that will change what arrives in your account tomorrow morning. The only defense against a system that runs on your paperwork is knowing what your paperwork says before it decides for you. Check the deposit tomorrow, separate the two lines, and if the supplement is short, you have until August 27th to do something about it. This video is for education, not advice for your specific situation. The Guaranteed Income Supplement and Old Age Security are administered by Service Canada. Figures are the July to September 2026 amounts. Margaret, Linda, and Patricia are composites. Confirm your own numbers with Service Canada. Subscribe if you want the rules explained before they cost you something.